Hi, everyone. Welcome back to Sashay Away with Barry. I got all dressed up for this. I am wearing nail polish, so that's one thing, but I am wearing a hoodie because it is cold here in New York City. And this episode just made me angry. So I didn't feel like getting dressed up for it. I'm lucky I took a small break while I gathered all my photos, because if I had gotten on here right away, I would have just ranted and raved. I'm not even drinking out of the Ho goblet. I am drinking straight from the bottle. And what am I drinking? That's right, I'm drinking rosé, because rosé was once again robbed of being in the top this week. Um, I don't know why, but I'm going to drink this whole bottle while we talk. Yep, that's right. Right from the bottle. Thanks for tuning in again. If you are watching this on YouTube, I'm here. You're with you. I'm right here with you. You're looking at me. If you are listening on a podcast, thanks for listening. You can catch it on YouTube on my YouTube channel, which is BHBrown13. You can catch it on wherever you get your podcasts at Sashay Away with Barry. This is also your reminder to follow me on Instagram at Sashay Away with Barry. We do our toots and boots of all the looks every week. Right now, the UK episode from this week is on there, so you can go and vote right now if you want for that. The looks from tonight will be up sometime tomorrow, probably late tomorrow night, because I think I didn't upload these until like 10-ish. So there's 24 hours. So maybe we'll just do it Sunday morning. That will be Valentine's Day, and we'll have something special to look forward to on Valentine's Day. If you did not watch my last video, which was my UK, I was in drag for it. My eyes look really tired because I am very tired today. And there's probably still some eye makeup on me somewhere. I did wash it all off and shower, but sometimes it really, like under my eye here, it really sticks. The black sticks, and I don't know how to get rid of it all the time. It'll be gone by tomorrow, I promise. But who cares? Here I am, and we're going to talk about tonight's episode of RuPaul's Drag Race in the United States, season 13, episode 7. Can you believe we're on episode 7 already? The Bossy Rossy After Dark episode. I did not like the first Bossy Rossy challenge. I didn't mind this one as much, although I don't understand the judging criteria. I'm going to talk a lot about the judging tonight because it was just so bananas crazy and made zero sense to me. That's all. Yeah, I don't know what to say. But let's share my screen. We're going to look at our pictorials and talk about it as we go. Starting with Miss RuPaul, blah, 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 blah. Try that again. Starting with Miss RuPaul Charles coming into the workroom. This is what I envision RuPaul going to the Eagle in. If you don't know what the Eagle is, it is a leather bar. They are all across the country, I think all across the world. And it is a dark, dirty leather bar where anything and everything can happen. And this is what I picture her wearing there. She's got her leather hat on. She's wearing this turtleneck sweater with these high-waisted pants and some platform heels. This is what I would wear to the Eagle. Just kidding. I've been to the Eagle and this is not what I wore. But I only go to the rooftop. It's where I feel safe and secure on the roof. It is always crowded in the summertime, and you can barely move, but that is where I feel safe and what I wear. So this is what she chose to wear for our reading challenge, because reading is what? Fundamental. That's correct, everyone. I'm glad you said it along with me. As I was just snapping these photos and putting them together, I realized they all have the same glasses. Candy Muse is the only one who chose not to wear them. I don't know if they didn't fit her face or what, but she held them in her hand. But if they are all the same pair of glasses, I don't blame her, because this is the middle of the COVID outbreak that they're filming, and they made them all wear the same fucking glasses. That is kind of shady. I know that they were all sheltered in place together, so they are their own pod, but still, give them all a pair of sunglasses, even if they are the same pair of sunglasses. I don't know if that happened. I don't know. I'm going to watch it again and hopefully I'll see them all holding their own pair. But it kind of freaked me out a little bit. The reading challenge was fine. There was a clear winner, I think, from this. I thought Rose had a funny one with candy, saying that she eats candy a lot. Gottmik did a great job, even coming back. She had a read of Tina Burner about being a football player. And Tina Burner said, yep, tight end. And Gottmik immediately came back. She's like, not from what I heard. So she did really, really well. I can't really remember any of the other ones that were out there. We did have some people that struggled. And I feel like I'm missing a person. I do. I have Utica on here twice. That is why I'm missing a person. Elliot with 2 T's is not here, and she was by far the worst. Sorry about that. I did not get her picture on there, but she did wear that pink cow print. Was it? I think cow print. Yeah. Coat that she made with a big bow, like ascot bow. But obviously I forgot to put her picture in there. I put Utica in twice just because I felt like it. But the winner of this challenge was Gottmik, and well-deserved. She really was the funniest, and they did show her the most. I will say that. They did her reading 3 different people, where most people got 2. Some people only got 1. That shows you how not great everyone was. But she won a $2,500 gift card to some jewelry company whose name I did not write down. Feel free to type it in there. It doesn't matter to me. It doesn't matter where it's from either. It was a jewelry company. Sorry, I'm taking another drink. I hope you're drinking along with me because it's going to get rough here. Then they were put into groups just based on how they were standing there. And we are doing an improv challenge for the Bossy Rossy After Dark show. I already said I did not enjoy this the first time around. I enjoyed it a little more this time around. But when we get to the critiques, that is when I'm really going to let loose because I was baffled with this week's judging. So we have 3 groups. Bossy Rossy she lost her show. Apparently that's the whole story. She lost her show after some kind of incident with a traffic cone, and now she's doing a web series in the backyard of what is apparently her home, but then we find out later that she doesn't actually live there. And they are all on lawn chairs, which is kind of entertaining in itself. Our first group was Rose, Denali, and Lalaurie. And they are all pregnant by the imaginary boyfriend. Rose had an imaginary boyfriend named Jared. Turns out Jared slept with her mother, who was Denali, and Jared went to this doctor, Lalaurie, for therapy, and they are all pregnant by this imaginary man. And they give imaginary birth later on in it, and they hold imaginary babies. They never lose the bellies, which I think is, physically impossible for them to do while they're standing there. And that's the end of the story. It turns out Jared is not the father of any of their babies because they don't look like him. Obviously, it's just stupid fun. I thought Rose really, really stood out. Denali was fine in it, and Lalaurie was really bad. That's what I think about this group. Our next group was Gottmik, Olivia Lux, and Utica Queen. And Gottmik is a psychologist, and she is helping people get out of the cult of mimology. Obviously, Olivia Lux is a mime. It hasn't spoken in 20 years as being a part of this mime cult thing. And Utica Queen is Olivia's mother, who comes in and helps her to break the silence because she hates her child. This one, Gottmik was kind of the straight man in this group, and I say that word not as an insult to a trans man. It is the straight man in comedy is what I mean, and was fine. Was not a standout, but was fine. Olivia Lux battled with Utica to get this mime role, and Utica eventually let her have it. To her detriment, I think, because Olivia Lux really, really shined in this role. It was really funny, even though she had no words to say because she is a mime. She finally does break her silence at the end. But Utica Queen comes in as the mother, looking like a fucking stripper whore. Kind of like Hedwig from Hedwig and the Angry Inch. If you ask me, with these fucking claw nails on, it made no sense, but I was entertained by it. Yeah, I did. It made zero sense. She talked about getting rid of Olivia's character. I can't remember her name in the actual thing, but it's her character. Getting rid of her because she was such a loud, talkative child. Obviously, she doesn't speak anymore. And then finally, Olivia breaks her silence and is cured of the cult of mimology. Yeah, Olivia Lux was the star of this show, and rightfully so. I feel bad that Utica gave her this role because I think Utica would have made it funny, just as funny as Olivia did. Next, we have Candy Muse and Simone, and I couldn't even tell you what their story was. They were used to be I think it's supposed to be like Paris Hilton and Nicole Richie on their TV show. Now they are enemies. I just am now noticing that Simone has a tracker on her ankle, which is really funny. This to me was the worst one. It wasn't funny. Candy Muse said 3 words total. Simone tried to do her best to bring it together, but Candy Muse was giving her 0 on this. Ross was really kind of running the show and trying to get them to talk. Simone was talking back to Ross. Candy Muse was just sitting there with attitude, and I did not like this skit at all. I thought it was the worst one. Finally, we have Tina Burner and Elliot with 2 T's. They are former NASA scientists that used to work together. Tina Burner left NASA because of her 600-pound ass. The whole premise was that her ass is what broke up their friendship, and then we find out that later that Elliot has giant boobs now, and so she left NASA, and they end up making out and rolling around on the ground together. Tina Burner eventually sits on Elliot's face with her giant ass, and that is kind of the way it ended. This one, Tina Burner was fantastic in this. Elliot with 2 T's was very timid at first, and kind of nerdish, bookish, which I guess is what they were going for with NASA scientist. But then she broke out when she brought her boobs out, and that is kind of when she came to life. So I didn't mind it. It just took a while to get to that point. And then it was just complete crazy chaos after that. So I didn't hate it. I didn't think it was that bad. So those were our skits. I think my favorite performance was Olivia Lux, but my favorite skit was actually the first one with the pregnant ladies, followed by the mime one, then this one, and then last but not least was Candy and Simone. We'll see how that plays out at the end when we go to judging. And then we have our runway. This is RuPaul. I thought her dress was kind of simple and basic. It does have a huge slit in it, which you can't see in this photo. I love the hair. I love the face. I mean, the dress is fine, but it's a little basic. She's really kind of playing with this length now. This is the second week in a row that she's had this length where it doesn't go all the way to the floor and it doesn't sit up above her ankles. It's kind of in that weird no man's land. So it either needed to be like an inch shorter or an inch longer, but it's kind of right in the middle. I don't know. It's fine. She looks great. She always does. Our category for this week is Beat It. And when she said it, I was like, I don't know what Beat It means as a runway category, but it's beads, BEAD. So we're getting a bead runway, which then made me very happy. Our first out was Denali, and she came out in full chandelier mode. And I have to say, I love this look. I am not a Denali fan. Have not been a Denali fan since the beginning, but this look is stunning and it is covered in beads. And she looks like a showgirl, and she looks like she could go into Beauty and the Beast as the chandelier. And I love this. I think it's my favorite look of the night. I thought she looked great in this look. Next, we had Rosé, and she came out in this playful little Tinkerbell number that is fully beaded. I think they are all glued on rather than dangling. And I love this hair on her. I think when she wears her hair up, it is so much nicer on her because it elongates her neck. When she wears longer hair, it kind of swallows her. But I love this dress too. I think it's super cute. It is something I would want to wear. When she turns around, you can see that it's corseted. It's a big corset that's just covered in beads, and I didn't care because it was fully covered and you couldn't see anything except the corset eyelets and back. And I really, really like this. I appreciated it very much. In this picture, I don't know if it's in real. When I watch it again, I'll look. The shoe doesn't really match. It's kind of green in this picture. And it may just be this picture. It may be the studio lighting. I don't know. But I would have probably gone with a bright yellow shoe to match the yellow beads. But I think she looks great. Lala Ree came out, and this is her ode to Mardi Gras, and she used those cheap Mardi Gras beads to make it. I'm not faulting her for using cheap beads because I probably would have done the same. I'm going to take a drink because my throat's a little dry. However, the execution of this is not great. She's wearing some crazy ass hair. Her makeup always looks good. Don't judge it from this picture, but her makeup looks really good. The outfit is just, I think, poorly executed. She works it on the runway though. She shakes it around. The beads are moving. It's just not very. It's very Party City if you want to go that route of it. And that's what I think of it. Next is Gottmik giving us anal beads. So she went a very different route for beads. We have seen this headpiece of beads done before, and I think it was done better by Latrice Royale in her purple latex. That being said, I think this dress is super cute on her. I don't like her makeup. I know that's her thing, and she experiments with that, and that's great. I just didn't particularly care for it. I thought it felt a little clownish to me this week. I love the beads on her shoes. I think the shoes are super, super cool. And the headpiece is great. I just think I liked it better on Latrice. It was longer and it was more dramatic because Latrice is with a full latex gown, but I think she looks good. Next, we have Olivia Lux, and she is wearing Candy Muse's wig. They never even discussed it on the show in Untucked. I want to know if this is Olivia Lux's wig that Candy Muse borrowed, or if it's Candy Muse's wig that Olivia Lux has borrowed. I think it is the latter because when no, I don't want to. We're going to jump ahead. Spoiler alert: we're going to jump ahead. Olivia Lux wins, and she gets $5,000. And Candy, on the way back to the back of the stage, says, "I want $1,000 of it," and I think she wants it because that's her wig. That's my theory. I don't know. I love the little wedge booty shoe sneaker. I wish I could find them in my size, but I can never find them. If you know them anywhere out there I can get them, please comment below. I am a size 12 in women's, and I've been looking for a platform sneaker. I'm sorry, a wedge sneaker for several years now. A friend of mine had a pair of Converse ones. I just can't get them in my size. They don't have to be Converse. I'll wear anything. I'm just looking for a wedge sneaker. Olivia looks adorable. I did not get beads from this. I know she's carrying like a beaded jump rope with her. She's trying to be a little schoolgirl. I think the apron dress is very cute. She said it's covered in beads and stones. You couldn't see them on TV. It certainly could be. It just didn't read that way, which makes me think it wasn't really fully covered because it didn't sparkle from like rhinestones, which beads wouldn't, unless they were shiny. So I just don't know that I see a lot of beads. And it's probably just the lighting. Next, we have Utica Queen, and she is giving us hell bride. I think she said the bride's marrying the devil or something. I don't know. So that is what all the blood is for. The beads on this, to me, were an afterthought, but also made sense. The way she placed them, there was a lot of them, so I didn't mind this at all. Didn't mind this. I think she looks stunning in this. It is a work of art. I'm sure she designed this herself. The straps on it are lovely. I don't know why they loved Gottmik straps in the challenge that she won and didn't love this one as much, but that's just me. That'll be part of my judging critique later, obviously, but I think she looks fantastic. I think if the beads were actually more incorporated into the outfit rather than just being placed on as accessories, it would have been more successful for her, but I still love it. Next is Candy Muse, always with this sour look on her face. This is the best Candy Muse has ever looked on this runway. There's my positive thing about Candy Muse, everyone. I know that I've said that in the past, I'm not a fan of Candy Muse. I am still not a fan of Candy Muse, but she looks fantastic in this outfit. I think it's really great. It is just a beaded bodysuit, but it's interesting. I love the fur on it that she has. I love this hat. I'm a sucker for a big hat. You all know that. We've seen these hats before, so it wasn't anything new, but it looks great nonetheless. I love that her bodysuit was beaded, so she did stick with the category. So well done, Candy Muse. Next, we have Simone. She said she's giving you Amazonian Zulu princess vibes, and that is totally what she's giving us. It is completely beaded. It's made of hair beads. She has them in her hair as well. She has her name spelled out in the back of her hair. It's great. It's simple, and it's not simple. It's a simple look, but not simple to make or wear. So she looks fantastic. Again, her body is oiled up. She loves to oil herself. One of the reads was about her being oily. It just didn't land very well. The joke didn't land very well, but I'm glad someone brought it up. She looks fantastic. The hair and makeup are perfect with this outfit. Next, we have Tina Burner. She gave us 2 reveals, not 1, but 2 reveals this week, giving us Mardi Gras kind of jester look. She's still rocking that orangey red wig, even though she did say she listened to Michelle and made it bigger. That's one thing, I guess. My favorite part of this is probably, I do like the first one. I think the first one is interesting. The outfit is interesting. It's very clownish, which I don't mind. I really like the dress of the second look with the beads on her boobs. When she did the boob reveal, I was like, ugh, we didn't need that. Didn't need that as the joke. We didn't need that as a reveal. She does have beads around the nipples, so the beads are still there. But I think I like the first look the best. The jumpsuit is cute. I love that she has the beaded belt in there that gives her kind of a waist. Yeah, of the 3, I like the first one the best, even though her face is covered. I don't mind that. I think she looks good in it. Finally, we have Elliot with 2 T's giving us a very flapper beaded dress. This is completely made of beads. And again, I think this is Elliot's best look that she's ever had on the runway. It fits her really well. The Nude Illusion is great with the crystals on it. Her hair, even though it's a tiny wig, it looks really good because it's period for this. The shoes are wrong, but that's besides the point. We've had that a few times on the runway already. But I think the dress is cute. It looks really good on her. And I like the nude gloves with the Nude Illusion and the cigarette with the long holder. She's got peacock feathers in her hair that are of the Mardi Gras colors of purple, gold, and green. So it was a well thought out look, and I thought she looked good in it. Our winner, of course, was Olivia Lux. We already talked about that. Rosé in the back, you can see, is pissed. She thought she was going to be in the top this week, as did I, because I did think their skit was the best one. I thought she and Denali did a great, Denali didn't do as good as Rosé, but they both did a good job. But Olivia Lux is the winner. I can't dispute that because she was great in the challenge. The look, well, I wasn't a huge fan of. It's cute, but I didn't scream beads to me. But she wins $5,000. This is her second win in a row. She is on my fantasy league team, so I will take those points. End of story. Our lip sync this week is Whole Lotta Woman by Kelly Clarkson. I don't know this song, and I missed when they announced what it was. I wasn't paying attention or something. And I would have never thought that this was Kelly Clarkson singing this song. I've never heard this song. I don't know this song. Apparently, it's a song by Kelly Clarkson. I will say it was a good lip sync song. And our two lip syncers, which were Elliot with two T's and La Ree. I thought this was going to be a really, really exciting lip sync. It turned out to be a decent lip sync. La Ree, unfortunately, is sent home. She was the weaker in the lip sync. I felt like she almost had given up. In Untucked later, we kind of get that sense as well that she's like, I am doing everything that I can, and it's just not enough for them. And I think it was her time to go. I hope she didn't give up and that she did give it her all. She still put on a good show. It wasn't terrible. It was just that Elliot with two T's really nailed this. Elliot, I appreciated Gottmik for the first time she said something that I agreed with. And that is Elliot. She said something, I can't even think how she said it. But she's like, Elliot is doing it. She did 2 splits in a row, and I don't care. That is my thing. You are allowed 2 tricks. They shouldn't be the same 2 tricks. But with this performance, it worked wonderfully. She did 2 splits. They were 2 different kinds of splits, so I will give her that. But Elliot killed this lip sync. She really, really did. La Ree is going home, and we bid her farewell, goodbye. And I'm sure we'll see her again at some point. I think once she gets out on the road and gets a little exposure, gets a little money, she will be a force to be reckoned with because she is super entertaining to watch. She is great in confessionals. She's not great in the challenges, but I think once she watches this, she will learn from that. And 2 or 3 years, she will be a force. And I would go see her show because she's going to put on a good show. I just had to take this picture because I thought it was funny. This is her in the workroom as she's saying goodbye to everyone, not goodbye to everyone, bye to the camera because no one else is there. She just stuck out her tongue and said, you just got the La Ree experience. And I appreciate that. Again, I think she was really, really funny in her confessionals and when she was on her own. But in the challenges, she just couldn't pull it together. That's all. Her lip sync message says, slay, something save me a plate. I don't know if it says, please save me a plate, something save me a plate. I don't know. Love ya, La Ree. It looks like La Key, but it is La Ree. And we say goodbye to her and wish her well. Next week, we are getting a rusical, and it is about social media. And usually they say unauthorized rusical, but I think they said the unverified, which is really funny for social media because they don't have the blue check mark. We get a visit from Anne Hathaway up top via video. And then the girls are going to sing and dance for us in the rusical. Will Rosé finally get her win? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what they have against Rosé. She has been my pick to win from the beginning. And I'm looking a fool because she hasn't won yet. But let's get into that right now. So this week, Drag Race has just like put me through it. UK, I was angry with RuPaul for getting angry about the H&M dress on the runway. I read something today that Joe Black only had 3 weeks notice about coming back, which seems really, really unfair. And that she had sold a bunch of her outfits to pay her rent during lockdown because she had no income. So coming in with an H&M dress, I'm not mad at you. I'm not mad at you for actually just coming in with an H&M dress for the challenge. She had mentioned in the show that she's like, I have a basic pink dress, and all the girls wanted to wear pink in the challenge. She's like, I have a basic pink dress, and seemed concerned about it, but they're like, nope, it'll work. Because they don't care, it's not them. And the dress wasn't that bad, honestly. I thought Ellie looked worse. But we're not going to talk about that anymore. But anyway, so that's where it started with me, with RuPaul. She went crazy about this H&M dress. And I don't know if it was lockdown that she was on, or if she was having a bad day. Didn't seem like it with the other group. But yeah, she went off. And then tonight with this judging, it made no sense to me whatsoever. I don't know what they were judging on. If it was on the challenge, Olivia Lux definitely was in the top. With her in the top, I think, was Rosé and Tina Burner. I think the three of them were the top performers in the challenge. If you add in the runway, Rosé would definitely still be there. I don't think Olivia Lux would be there. I think Rosé looked great. I think Candy Muse looked great. I think Simone looked great. I think Denali won the runway. So what are our criteria? Because they put Olivia Lux, Candy Muse, and Simone in the top. Candy Muse and Simone had the worst skit. It was so boring. It was not funny. They were at a 0 the whole time. It never went anywhere. And then they praised them for it. All they could say about Candy Muse was, she said, you bitch. They said it 3 times. And I was like, you're going to put her in the top for saying you bitch once in this skit? Ugh, it just disgusted me. It made me so mad. And then they put La La Ree, Elliot, and Utica in the bottom. No, I don't get it. La La Ree, yes, she was bad. Elliot paled in comparison to Tina Burner, but wasn't terrible. Utica, they just don't like her weirdness, and I get it now. It doesn't put me off as much as it puts them off, apparently. I don't know what they're expecting from her. But yeah, that's it. That's who they put in the bottom. I would have put La La Ree, Candy, and Simone in the bottom. Followed by Gottmik, because she was boring in her skit. She wasn't the worst in her skit, but she wasn't boring. I mean, she didn't do anything. She was just kind of the psychiatrist. She wasn't funny at all. So yeah, the judging just made me crazy. I don't get it. Candy Muse and Simone should not have been in the top. At the very least, they should have been safe. I think they should have been in the bottom. And I think they were worse than La La Ree. I would have made them lip sync against each other. But you know what? It is very clear who the producers are pushing through, and it's rigor mortis. I've said it before. I'll say it again. This is a TV show that they are producing. It is not really a drag competition anymore. Especially in the United States. In the other places, it is. I think that's kind of changing now as well. They're trying to push it towards the US version. And I don't like that either, especially with UK, because UK is all about talent. The runways are fine, but they have never been outstanding. And I think that's what they want now. They want the designer looks on the runway. Hence the H&M comment. Hence the Tia Coffee, you look like garbage costume. Her costume was bad this week. It could have been so much better if she had just tailored it and put some forms underneath that ice cream that looked like it was melting. But yeah, it made me so angry. And I don't want to be angry about Drag Race when I watch it, but I was this week on both episodes. So that's where I'm at. I don't agree with this tonight at all. I mean, I'm fine with La La Ree going home. She wasn't going to win. We all know that. Her storyline was kind of over. I thought Elliot T could have also been going home because she got to talk about her depression. I was like, oh, she got her story out. Now they're going to get rid of her because she doesn't add really anything else to it. she should do fairly well next week, since there is dancing. Again, I don't know if we're gonna get the same kind of edit that we get for every dancing challenge, with Candy Muse being bad, Simone being bad, Got Mick being bad, although they don't want to say Got Mick is bad. They're handling her storyline very carefully, not to offend people, and I think she's getting a pass on things that she should not be. Who else? Elliot will dance fine. Olivia will be fine. Rosé will be fine and maybe get her first win. We're hoping. Denali's dancing will be fine unless she has a really bad episode and they just are tired of her and want to get rid of her. Tina Burner will be fine. Yeah, that's what I say about next week's episode. We'll see what happens. I'm going to be completely wrong. They're going to get rid of Elliot just because the story is over. They'll probably put Utica in the bottom just because they are not liking her anymore for some reason. Who knows? Who knows what's going to happen? If UK is any indication, it has been every episode has been a gag or surprise. So maybe that's what we're going to get on US as well. My pick to win Rosé is never going to win a challenge. And Candy Muse is going to win the whole thing. That cannot happen. I'm saying that just because I'm being angry with the show right now. But that's all I'm going to talk about. I'm going to have another drink. I didn't finish it, but I could chug it right now. You want me to chug it? Let's do that. I chugged a half a bottle of Angry Orchard Rosé. And it was fine. I shouldn't be making those faces. It was fine. That's it for tonight, everyone. I'm sorry I was such a naysayer. It just when the show produces itself like this, it just makes me angry because I love the show so much. I love drag, and I don't think they're judging some things on drag anymore. They're judging it on personality and what makes good television in their sense of the words. I don't need Candy Muse screaming at me on the screen every week like they seem to want to have. She was toned down, so I feel like the producers probably told her to tone it down a bit. But she still talks more than anyone else, and no one can get a full sentence out when they're around her. So I just need her to be silent for one episode, and maybe then I will fall in love with her like I'm supposed to. I don't know. Thanks for listening and watching, everyone. If you made it through this whole rant, God bless you. Please comment in the below. I've gotten some comments. I didn't write down who it was. I'm going to do that, and I will talk about you on the next episode, which will be Toots and Boots, coming up on Tuesday. Monday is a holiday here, so we're all taking the day off, and I'm not going to do a video on Monday. We will be doing it on Tuesday. David and Brian and I will be back in your faces and in your ears to toot and boot the looks of season 13, episode 7. Thank you all. Please stay safe out there. Wear your mask, wash your hands, social distance. I ate out tonight for the first time in months at a restaurant in New York City. It opened up today and I was there. So I had dinner out in a restaurant indoors, which was amazing. I've eaten out outside many times, but to be back inside was very nice. It's freezing here, so sitting outside was not an option today for me. And I got to eat inside, and that made me happy. In 2 weeks, I get my second vaccine shot, which also makes me very happy. And I can't wait until the world is somewhat back to normal. I'm ready to take a vacation. I'm ready to start enjoying life again. Not that I don't enjoy my life. My life is great. Thank you all. I'm just rambling now. Thank you all. I will see you next week. Goodbye. Happy Valentine's Day, everyone.